What's going on, World Wide Web on the planet? Um, just doing some more protein unfolding in my head again. Found some instruments to use to make life a little better for myself. You know, I just want to go back into the past and remember how it was very difficult to eat. I couldn't eat. I remember I lost a lot of weight a couple summers ago. All I did was I'd have a handful of like spinach and a few other produce things, like a little bowl once a day, and drink coffee. I think I dropped down to like 130 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I got really skinny, and I didn't have a phone to record any of the stuff. But I was out there thinking about that. Not Ray Kurzweil, Eric Schmidt, the ex-CEO of Google, had come out on video talking about future endeavors, we could call it, like these future endeavors. And some of the stuff he says, like the most controversial thing that I think he said was he's no longer a Google employee, and he fully discloses this. There are Google employees that think work and life balance is more important than competition and winning a race. They want to sit at home and only work 1-2 days a week and spend the rest of their days at home. And they think this was more important. And they said this was a very controversial statement. Some of the guys who dissected it and were speaking of this this man, Mr. Schmidt. And he started to explain that unlike the big company, Google or whatever, maybe Microsoft you could probably throw in there, but he used to work at Google, so we'll just say Google. And they have these there's these startup companies starting, and they work every day, grinding their fingers to the bone. And that's why they're doing better, he says. Because they want to work. They're going out there, they're working every day, they're working harder, and they're not going to let you work remotely from home. And that was the way he did this and worded this was outstanding. Because if you fast forward a little bit to the video, he starts talking about, it kind of being like the Wild Wild West, and just like he said, take these transformer models, and they're very powerful tools. You tell them to steal TikTok, its users, its music, and put together a program and make it go viral. And if it doesn't go viral, do something along those lines to make it go viral. Do anything you can, and that's the key word. He said, steal it. Okay? And when he said, steal this, he worded it in such a way. That, it's really not like illegal or anything, but no one's going to watch it anyway, so who cares or whatever. And he said a very important thing at the end where, just get some attorneys and get ready to go and just beg for mercy. Full disclosure, he said. And he's just talking about shit that this big race for AI is right now. And he did not go into any of, Google's patent from 2012, which is being paired with holographic realities, holographic technologies, augmented realities, virtual reality realities, and the rest of this ordeal taking place, it seems to be what nobody else is talking about, is usually where the problem's at. When you start picking up the most flack, you're usually right on the top of the bank vault. That's usually what people say. And, you know, I will go back into my memory bank here and think of somebody making a very important term, saying, what was it? What did they say to the rest of the crowd? A good detective. Okay. Now, a good detective. The way a good detective works is talking about things nobody else is talking about. If you are a good detective, that's what you're going to do, just like a police officer. So here we are. We're trying to kind of paint a picture of what the big talk is going to be about here in the future. And just like Google, okay, you have Google and these smaller startup companies. Now let's talk about non-disclosure agency and tools used from Israel, Boeing, and all this stuff to catch drug dealers. Now you catch drug dealers. To catch drug dealers, that's surveillance school. Okay, surveillance school. We have all these agencies that use this technology for wiretapping. And now, since we are computing in ways that have been here for quite some time, and like I said this morning, Dick Cheney, he funds the war machine. And I'm pretty sure Mr. Schmidt could almost agree with every word I'm saying. So we have a war machine, and I even heard Elon Musk the other day say, when you die, we could extract memories from the human brain and put them into another brain. Is that science fiction? I don't know. I have no clue. But when we start talking about human beings as antennas, and we start using a human being as a sort of like whenever you go to jail. Okay. All right. That's a little too much, like another video, but when you go to jail, there's a control center, a command center, control command, and you have 56 cells. In each one of those cells, you could remotely open the doors, and there's an intercom that connects to one phone with a strobe light in the ceiling, and then you have Wi-Fi in there with tablets to make phone calls. And then you have a bar of phones in the common area that pick up the phone wires. Okay, so when you have a situation like this, when you talk about jail and Dick Cheney and advancing technologies, is my thinking wants to go back and forth here in this oscillation that's taking place. As we know how memories and things of that nature work, we're computing with DNA. We have DNA computing. And like jail, these guys that work for DEA catch drug dealers. Now we got to catch guys that are using human beings as antennas to do, make conversations. Plus, when you go to sleep, you don't even have to be going to sleep now. Now, let me paint a picture for you here. Okay? You don't even have to go to sleep. We know there's another camera to the brain. There's another area. When you go to sleep, you have a dream. Now, these people that are using this decausative communication shit, okay, you could go to this area in the brain and silently talk to someone else. Comprehend that. DA and all you guys hiding this shit. Now, here's the fear frequency is the one. Like, do you fear me yet? Do these words make you fear? Now, I was started with non-disclosure agreements. So we could catch drug dealers, do wiretapping. So that means police, military, and agencies are using the special technology. And now it's going into the brain. And now we're in chip. Now, NVIDIA, $2 trillion company, and why isn't nobody else succeeding? And they just get to stay at home all day, and there's smaller companies working. Okay, so now take this in. You guys in the armed forces, take this one into account. We're in chip research and development, and we're doing this to the brains, and we could pull your genetics out, and you're not allowed to talk about it. And every day you go out and make a traffic stop, are you in fear? Yes or no? There's a big bar fight or something. There's big dudes there. Do you guys have fear? Armed forces. All right? And then even somebody like myself that could just come sit up in your police station and just sit there and write. What else is happening? Just words alone will make you fear because you're the small company and we're taking your genetics and making computer chips with this shit. While the big company just sits at home and does nothing and steals it off of you because you signed a piece of paper. I won't talk about it. And now that's trillions of dollars. Trillions! Because I know a good bank guru that probably agrees with a lot of everything I'm saying. A lot. I don't know if I could lay this shit out to you guys any better. It's not even an opinion, it's just the truth. And just like fear, when we talk about CrowdStrike, number one is surveillance school. Okay, surveillance school. How do I make people, I find their insecurities, whether it be banking, real estate, their personal life, and especially family and friends, right? There is a topic to talk about because we're going to monitor it all, but we're forgetting one area, guys. When you go into a dream, you dream. There's another space that you comprehend. And this can be connected and oscillated to. And just think of this antimatter, nuclear fusion, particle beam stuff. It's a cell phone connection in another human, very not under comprehended subject. And then what if the people are literally dying? Okay, now this is one you have. That's science. No, they die. Now they're able to walk around and communicate with people, come back to their body. This is the only safe way to really communicate. Because everything else is heard. Damn near everything else is heard. Because now, with these remote neural monitoring machines that are building models, now this big company has one, and it's pretty far ahead, and the little company comes, makes one, and it starts to figure shit out, and it comes and steals, and takes it, puts you guys under. As these guys just sit at home and steal, like he said, TikTok, just go steal it, do all this stuff, and then have these attorneys ready because you know it's no good, and just hopefully you don't have to beg for mercy. Hopefully. There's so much shit going on right now. Like it's it's like these guys, these senators. We had all these affidavits signed for fentanyl. Clean up the drugs on the street. So they literally, the drug dealers who are trying to hide this shit, they're paying off senators in the first place, literally paid money to bust themselves. And, you know, instead of handing it to the guys up here at the Air Force Base, Space Force, National Guard, Army, Navy, to go out and, because you are worldwide known for you're the best at communications. How the fuck is this shit happening? Why does it go to this minion called the DEA that becomes the criminal? They literally become a criminal, do the same thing the criminals do, and like Eddie Snowden said, these people and these agencies becoming a criminal, accessing your phone, and doing it illegally, the same way a criminal would do this. Now the people from the DEA become the criminal, and they will shoot people, not to blow their fucking cover. And it's kind of like robbing Peter to pay Paul type of ordeals. They'll pay the senators to go bust themselves and point out to who they want fucking to throw in jail, so this intercom could stay going. And if you're in an illegal market with drugs, human genetics are pretty powerful too, and so are computer research and developments. And that's why I need the National Guard. I need the Navy. I need the Air Force to participate. Because you're sitting there watching it all happen. Every bit of it. Like I said the other day, there's a lot of problem areas where you see all these high capacitance facilities. Like, go to Philadelphia. That's all Navy base over there. And it's bad as shit over there. Very, very bad. Crime stricken. Very crime stricken. And about 10 miles away from this Air Force base, it's pretty crime stricken in the city of Pittsburgh. And we have nothing but radio. This is Radio Hill. I can hear you guys talking. I hear you saying it's true. My little transformers, my little holographic reality, and the particle beams that are being made, the Tesla coils being connected to my brain, whatever. If we could pull the memories out of the brain, Mr. Musk, we could probably take those memories and use them as a like a jump point, or almost you would call it a jump point, or like an antenna, because it is like a type of nuclear fusion, and it has frequency. And just, what about all these little, like if I show you a picture outside my house right now, it looks like we're trying to kill bugs. Okay, trying to kill bugs. So it's like Moore's law is absolutely nuts. So hopefully, like you said, we're going to try to sell telepathy with BlackRock Neurotech, okay? And we're going to start busting people using this type of communication, aren't we? Where all the big boys are probably playing that, all the oligarchs and the cults. Because the fear frequency, the fear is a signal, is a electrical signal that does crazy stuff to the body, and you could hide a lot there. And you could use this to change reality in many different ways. It'll make literally, you could literally change what they call change time with fear so good you could change outcomes as they are occurring. All I have to do is point the phone up in the sky and show you. So anyways, my friend, I kind of got some stuff off my chest. For my armed forces brothers and sisters, and now robots. We can see where the problems are at, and this